Can you give us a tutorial on Bubba with only bad advice? All right. So first things first, Bubba is a really, really strong killer. He doesn't need add-ons. He's one of those killers. Unlike Billy, the killer who can only really do well with Instasaw, Bubba's super strong on his own. In fact, he may even need to be nerfed. He's a little bit overpowered. It's pretty arguable that he even needs perks, but I'm really bad at this game and I can't play without perks, even at rank 10. So I can give you Bubba's most fair build that I can think about right now off the top of my head. So Bubba, he's a little bit, even though he's really, really good, he's super difficult. And if you play a difficult killer, then you can't really get away with not using no-end. He's also really, really good at patrolling hooks. He's like better at patrolling hooks than other people because whenever he patrols hooks, like he doesn't even have to leave. So if you want to just use Insidious, that helps with that a lot. Sloppy Butcher is okay, but we don't really need it. In fact, we don't even need that last slot, to be honest. Who cares about Shadowborn? Who the fuck needs to see in this video game? No one needs to be able to see in this video game to play Bubba. He may be really difficult, but he's so good that you don't even need to be able to see to play him. In fact, the bigger the headache you get from not using Shadowborn, the better. He's just stronger. Bubba feeds off of he feeds off of the player's rage. He feeds off of their the pain and suffering, not only from the survivors but from the killer as well. So you want to feed that through in as many ways as you can. I just got to make sure we get a really, really good Bubba map, but you know, we'll get there. We just have to wait and see. Perfect. This is exactly the one that Bubba shines on. Okay, so when you're playing this fantastic killer, you want to make sure that the survivors know they have to get a head start. Otherwise, you're kind of throwing. So you want to use your chainsaw as often as possible. Get that little speed boost right off the bat. As soon as you see a survivor, you catch up to them. They run into the house. You chase them around the house the entire time. You want to make sure they're having fun too, right? You can't just be... you see how there's no pallet up here. That sucks. You see how she jumps into this closet. You got to make sure you're there so that she can get all the way out, you know? You can carry her all the way over to your hook. Make sure you put her on there. Just slap her up on there. And even though you have the perfect build for camping, what you want to do in order to remain fair is to get as far away as possible from the hook. Hey, how's it going? There she is, falling under the power of the... Now. Realistically, the survivors would be saving, but you want to make sure everything's going all right for them. So as soon as you hook the survivor, as far away from those other guys as possible, you want to run in the opposite direction from that hook as well. Making sure to give the absolute most amount of space that the survivors can possibly get. They can only accept so much of your power. You gotta like spread that out a little bit. Otherwise, it really sucks for you and for them. Bubba actually gets weaker the more hooks that you get. Gotta make sure to use my chainsaw. They're getting a little complacent. They don't know who they're playing against quite yet. No gens have popped yet? You can tell it's because they're afraid of who they're playing against. You see this man? He's hiding behind a tree. Dropping the pallet instantly. So absolutely bone terrified. Look, he's running away from me. Look at how strong I am. So, when you eventually want to catch up to the survivor, I actually threw a little bit there by dropping my chainsaw. I should have held it up and given her exactly the pain that she wanted. She's looping me on this fence here. This is actually Bubba's strongest loop in the game. It's such an insanely good loop for Bubba that he can run around it for an hour, and the survivor will have no choice but to be afraid of him. And then she drops this pallet, she pulls out the chainsaw, and you hit her with the look down tech. Now, she's using her entire flashlight on Bubba's extreme power. She ends up blinding him eventually, but that's okay. I'm actually deaf, but hey, She's still here. So what I did was I reverse flashlight teched her. And what happened was I got blinded on purpose to get an absolute maximum rage from Bubba. Now, the survivor right here, she's very, very angry. And she'll be even more angry when she sees Bubba go behind the tree and use his stealth jutsu. And now, we're at the true gameplay of Bubba. This is the strongest way to possibly play him. No one can see me behind this tree. My banana apron blends in. I'm just a lawn gnome. There's no one coming. You can tell. I'm just gonna leave because I need to give them at least a fighting chance, you know? I'm gonna walk right up these stairs, straight out this window, because I just gotta get a good view of that Nia ass. Hey. Remember to saw every pallet regardless of distance? Oh yeah, that's right. Like this one. Hey. Whoopsie, my my chainsaw decided to not work. That's fine. My chainsaw got scared of my own power. That's okay, it happens. You know who else got scared of my power? This Nia. Is there a pallet here? No, there's not. That means she's dead. 3, 4, 5, and she's dead. That's okay. Now that I've downed her, I've got to make sure I have a hook to put her on. So let's chop down this tree and build one, right? It's going to take a little bit. We got to make sure that we have enough wood to build our own hook. All right, so now that we've collected +5 wood planks, we can go over and build a hook. Notice I'm not kicking generators. I've got to keep all the power for myself. It's a little bit too OP if I start kicking generators and sucking their power. We've got to make sure everyone's having fun, right? I couldn't help but notice on my not quite wall hacks that somebody ran down into the House of Pain. This is actually Bubba's living room, and he doesn't like it when people are in his home. So we've got to really, like, deal with that, right? We can't just have this man running around like this. Ow, that hurt. Looks like I'm gonna break this pallet. I see the scratches are going outside, so I'm gonna follow from the inside. Oh, looks like they're gone. Darn. Can't win them all. Better luck next time. Let's just keep on the lookout. There's no physical way I could catch that guy. He's teleported out of this game. Speaking of teleporting out of this game, this man is going to die. There is no pallet here, so you're doomed. Well, whoopsie! Looks like I accidentally hit nothing. Darn. Bubba's polluting the air quality with his genuine power. I can't climb over that, but that's okay. I need to just leave her alone. Do I hear somebody injured over here? Well, let's hit them with a chainsaw just to make sure they know they're dead. Gotta make sure this is how we knock the gen down. Oh yeah, we've got +5 metal. We're gonna win the next Fortnite build battle easily. There's no killer shack on this game. We've got to build that ourselves. Oh look, somebody died. Passed out due to pure fear. Hello. Whoa, is that the man from Lion-O? Whoopsie, looks like I slowed down a little bit. That's fine, I can catch them on this very, very fun and entertaining loop. They're doing more powerful generators. Darn. Well, I know how to settle that with a chainsaw. Hey look, another very, very fun and entertaining loop. That's okay. I can't possibly M1. That would make me weak. And the only way to be strong is to use the chainsaw every single time. Now, I would stare directly into the light, but that scares me. I'm afraid of the light. As a killer main, I can't possibly look anywhere but the dark. And now my ultimate power has popped up. they're about to experience Super Saiyan 2 Bubba. A level beyond. Now, I've got to make sure that I don't M1. It still makes me weaker. Even though I have Noah active, I've got to super one-shot these people. I've got to knock them down a few health states. I guess the pallet was just too strong. I had to knock it out instantly somehow from across the map. Hey. This man has been knocked down 3 health states at once. He can see himself in the last match right now. The House of Pain, eh? Well, looks like I've got to take the Bubba shortcut. I flung my mouse. Don't worry, I was just startling him, giving him the fear of the gods. Chop, 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 chop. Let's go. Uh-oh, hooky. And that's how you play Bubba. It really, really sucks. You know, Jin speeds are just they're just too fast. It's entirely the developer's fault that I lost this game. Bubba's just too strong to win. He's so strong to win that they actually buffed Jin's speed in this video game. So that he wouldn't win as often because his win rate was just so high, you know? Let's hit them with the GG well played. These guys really, really did a super, super fantastic job at winning. This man hates Bubba? That's right, he needs to.